And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports. And the team is in Gqeberha today with the EPCR Champions Cup going to the Eastern Cape for a bit of a change for the Stormers, who are giving the Eastern Cape a taste of some international teams involved today. We've got Stormers versus Toulon, and great match coming up here. We've just seen the Sharks currently, over in Durban, play out to a 39-21 point victory, so a very good result for them. Good for them to get off their season off to a winning start, and the Stormers will be looking to try and emulate that very, very shortly before we then go and check out how the Bulls are going to fare up against Saracens a little bit later. As Joseph Weber leads out the Stormers, playing his 50th game for the Stormers. 50th appearance for the Stormers, so he leads the team out. And the team that he is leading out is as follows. In the front row, it is Alistair Mark, Joseph Weber, and Neertling for Sheer. Second row is JD Schicklin and Ruben van Heeren, two very, very good locks. A big opportunity for something like an Ali for Mark, who doesn't get as much game time as he probably would like. You then got Kika Marabe, Ben Jason Dixon, and Billy Engelbrecht completing that loose trio. Paul de Vet partnering up Moni Liebach in the halfback pairing. The back three is Leon Zas, Simon Hartzenberg, Warren Galant in the centres. It is Jean-Luc Duplessis and Ruan. Now, off the bench for the Stormers, it is a 6-2 split. Andrew Hugo Fenter, Leon Lyons, and Sazi Sunday is the reserve front row. You've then got RJ Smith, Marcel Tennyson, and Lo Nell. Hershey Yankees, the reserve scrum off. And then the big news for the weekend, Siabela Sanatla will make his return to rugby after almost 2 years, when she comes off the bench a bit late in the number 23 jersey. For Toulon, a bit of an international flavour across their side. In the front row, it is Danny Prizo, Teddy Bowinia, and Carl Sinclair. In the second row, it is then Matthias Halegahu, David Ribbons, Lewis Laidlom, Julius Colum, and Facundo Isa completing that back row. The halfback pairing is Baptiste Serin next to Dan Bigger. You then got the very exciting Gabin Vieira in the number 11 jersey. Watch out for him. Plenty of pace there. Gail Green, Marius Doman, and in the centres it is Mathieu Spali and Jeremy Sinzal. Off the bench for the men from France, it is Mikhail Valdi, David Brennan, Becca Gigashvili, Brian Eleanor-Risa, Yannick Yoyoto, Enzo Herver, Anton Frisch, and Jota Wanikolo. And our referee for today is Carl Dixon, the man in the middle, as he gets a handshake from Dan Bigger, who will get us underway down in the Eastern Cape. Please do smash like, by the way. That's the stream. It's a decent looking crowd as well, which is good to see. Because a nice special event for us to go down to the Eastern Cape and for the men and women of Gqeberha to get a chance to watch some rugby, because they haven't had a block game there in a while, and this is what is good. And we do have kickoff, and it's actually won immediately by Toulon, as Jules Cullen is brought down, and immediately into the action there's Carl Sinclair, nice little offload from him, and it looks like already some of these Toulon guys have lost their jerseys, which doesn't help anything. Nice big carry there from David Rivers, the captain of Toulon today. And looking to try and hold him up there is Ruan Nell and Simon Hartzenberg. And they have managed to do that, but they have actually got the ball away. And this will turn the ball. Very, very nice defense. That it was a very poor kick-off coming from the Stormers, but Hartzenberg and Ruan Nell doing very well to hold up Gail Jean. And we will have a first scrum of the day, nice and early. Very interested to see how the scrum battle goes with Ali from Mark into the side. Whilst we sort of settle in here, I want to know what your score predictions are. Let them know, get them down into the comments, and let me know who you are backing this afternoon, as well as you got a poll there asking who you're supporting. 91% of people saying they are supporting the Stormers. But yeah, I want to know what your score predictions are, and what do you think is going to happen in the match to come. I personally think that this is a very important game for the Stormers, who are having a really poor season at the moment. They haven't had the best results. And, a victory today could really sort of start to kickstart something. And it's a big opportunity then last week with that try right at the end against the Sharks called out. And it's a pretty solid scrum that. Nice for the second go. Ball is available for Paul de Vet at the base of the scrum. And he'll go to the left-hand side to... that's actually... I was about to say, there's a bit of a late change there. So this looks like there's no Mine Liebach in the side today, because that's Jean-Luc Duplessis, who is in the number 10 jersey. So it must have been a bit of a late change there. I'm not trying to check to see if you have a confirmation of what exactly happened there. Pity, I was actually really watching. I'm looking forward to watching how Moneyblock goes about his business today. What's going on here with the Stormers and why Moneyblock is not playing? No, absolutely no update whatsoever. So a bit confused about that one. Must have been something in the warm-up, I'd imagine. But anyway, and the Stormers on the front foot show, the back of the line. Billy Engelbrecht in the midfield. Nice carry from him on his 50th appearance as well. Him and Joe Stewart today making a 50th appearance. Watchalong gets it out to Hartzenberg, just into the middle there. And Gavin Vieira eventually coming away with it. Ruan now getting over that ball nicely, showing his 7 skills. Same Hartzenberg asking the question to see if it's out, and Baptiste Surin eventually manages to use it. Toulon in a very, very nice sort of black and gold kit today, and looks very, very cool. I wish I had money. Just go and buy random jerseys like the Toulon kit, yeah. Now Surin goes to that left boot. He's got the safety of the 22, so he can look to find touch. Right up against in the sun, that's Warwick, who will use it quickly. He throws it back inside. There's Monty Liebach. Moving ahead. So oh no, okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, Monty Liebach looking for options here. Just because Johnny Duplessis was standing in the both times they've used the ball, he was standing in the fly-off channel, and obviously usually plays a fly-off, so it was a bit of a strange one. Anyway, so the Toulon have now turned over the ball, actually. I don't know how they managed to do that. It's really poor. And a bit of space on the left side. Dan Bigger goes to Gavin Vieira. Now, this is where it becomes very dangerous. Getting past one. Eventually brought down. Gets the offload away. Back to Dan Bigger. Dan Bigger into the 22. Looking for the offload. He pops it up. And the ball back to Vieira, who's kicked it forward. And he's got grounding, I think. Carl Dixon is going to have a look here, I reckon. I think Toulon has scored first. They're going to have a chat here with his assistant. I think they're going to surely go upstairs and see what's cooking. If you watch it on DSTV, Quads with Mods, then it is on 201 on Grandstand. There's a lot of rugby happening across, and a lot of sport happening across the various different things. So, but yes, so it is on the Grandstand channel. We are going to have a look here to see exactly what happened there. I think he's got ground here. I think the big question for me would have been the potential knock-on in the... Oh, no, he's not. Oh, I tell you, is there separation? This is going to be a big call. Looks like there might be separation as he tries to ground it. I actually don't think there is in the end. To be fair, I think he's actually gotten this. Just slowing it down. Gets 2 hands over there. Ben Jason Dixon then slaps the arm. I don't think there's clear separation. I think he's got grounding there. I think this try is going to stay. I thought they were going to go look at the potential knock-on from that ball back inside. I don't think you can see clear separation there. So I think that is going to be try number 1 for the day. Yep, and try is awarded. So Toulon get the first blood, and that's not good from the Stormers, considering that entire thing started from them taking a line quickly, losing the ball very shortly after that, and then, yeah, I mean, don't give Gavin Vieira any sort of space. And a nice little for a good continuity, really. The ball back inside to Dan Bigger. Matthias Smiley is also getting involved. Good continuity in the end, and they've got to try. Dan Bigger will have an opportunity to add the 2 extra points here. So a bit of a disaster start for the Stormers, and I thought that, yeah, and yet Bashir's going off as well. Looks like a HIA, the fact that he is running off and trying to get off nice and quickly, so hopefully he'll be back on. I lie, it is Baptiste Surin, actually, who is taking the conversion. The Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium is such a cool stadium to watch rugby. I watched plenty of games there while I was down there at Varsity. And he's made no mistake there. Right, 7-0 for Toulon after just over 5 minutes. Not the start the Stormers would have wanted and could really afford, to be honest. given their recent form and the fact that they have had their struggles this season. And so you kind of feel that starting while is so important, especially playing inverted commas in a home stadium. It was really intelligent there. The ball back to Gavin Vieira wasn't a good one, and you couldn't actually take it. So he just decided to just chip it ahead, basically, with the boot. And yeah, he's made a good decision there, and because I think I'd be very surprised if we would have managed to knock that on. Not a bad kickoff there from the Storms, but it's eventually gone wide, and they kicked it downfield. Murray Liebach with a bit of time. He's got Warwick next to him. Starts to go himself as Murray Liebach runs into Sunday Sunday, actually. The replacement tight viz come on for Nettling for sheer. Oh, well, about to say almost a half knock on there from Ben J. Dixon. Then he knocks it over, but just turned over as Ribbons comes away with it. Ribbons hit hard by Sunday, but he gets through the tackle. Eventually brought down by Keke Marabe. Pops it out to Baptiste Ruin. Not too many options. Goes to Dan Bigger. He flings it out wide. Now a bit more structure coming to the attack as they finally get it out to Gavin Vieira, who's going to chip ahead. And that's going to go straight into touch. Really poor kick, actually, in the end there for Gavin Vieira. And he'll give Stormers a line out back, halfway between the 10-meter and the 22. Looks like they've found a reason to go back for a penalty here, actually. So, a bit of a disaster, that. And I think they quickly actually have Toulon. Bit of space out wide now. Shots back inside. Does Gail Dreen needs a bit of support. In fact, he's still going. Beijing Baptiste arrives. And he goes to Dan Bigger. Dan Bigger, not too many options over there. Goes to the boot. And toss back inside to Vieira. Vieira's brought down by Joseph Dweber. Good tackle, that. And it sounds like there was a foot in touch, so it will be a Stormers line. Really good option there from Dan Bigger. But I think he was actually out when he jumped to try and toss it back inside. First line of the day, actually, I think, yeah, for Stormers. Joseph Dweber goes to get the ball. Very heavily taped up ankles. Right, he's hit his mark here. Special line there. Good take movement here. And Paul de Vet goes flat to Villiers Engelbrecht. Solid work from the number 8 there. And Paul de Vet will now go to the boot. A penalty. No, sorry, it's a break and play, actually. I think there's an injury here. And I know it's not. It's Keke Marabe. I thought it was Sazi Sunday, which would have been a disaster because he's just come on. But I think there was an injury there, actually. And based on the shot there from Keke Marabe, this one actually might be a bit of a nasty one. They've already lost Nettling for sheer so far to injury, have the Stormers early on. So not ideal at all if this is now the end of Keke Marabe. Yep, and there's the call to substitute him. And it's at the clean out chair, so it'll be interesting to see is there maybe a potential croc or something like that? What has caused his injury? I think he just gets a bit slightly awkward, basically. I think it goes over that right knee from the sounds of it. Yeah, he's in a lot of pain. Yeah, he's kicking around, but that doesn't look good at all. Let's really hope that it's not something like an ACL. But the stretcher is out. And Master Tennyson's not going to have to play a much larger part of the game than he anticipated. So, I mean, 6-2 split at least. So they've got quite a few. They've got other forward options. But this really doesn't look good for Keke Marabe. And I mean, top pleased for him. He's just started getting really a run of games here for Stormers, really sort of settling in down there. And now it's going to be him out for what looks like potentially a long-term injury. Really hope it's not. I mean, look at the try again there. Yeah, it's good work. It's just continuity, basically, and very difficult to defend that, given the fact that they were so strong in the tackles. But I think the main thing is that the Stormers have slipped a couple of tackles already so far today, and they've gone quite upright in the tackles, and it's just not been good enough. Got to improve. Have to improve. This could take some time, yeah, as they try and get him off there. He's sitting up at the moment, but they're making sure that knee is well secured before moving him. So no rush here at the moment. Look at vibes and vibes down there. Very, I mean, it's an interesting decision. I mean, you've got the Stormers who go, for example, play a game here. The Sharks have got a very big presence in the Eastern Cape, and work a lot with the Eastern Cape in terms of their scouting program and getting players from the Eastern Cape across to the Sharks. So yeah, I mean, at the moment there's no rugby happening in the Eastern Cape. The EP Kings are an absolute disaster. So difficult to give them rugby as well, given the fact that the union just continues to be absolutely dreadful. But hopefully one day soon we will have a functioning EP union and can get a team. As you can see, the flags are out. Lots of Stormers jerseys. Much bigger support base in the Eastern Cape than the Sharks ever will, for example. Even if the Sharks try and get a relationship going down there, it's just not quite going to happen. And they're quite the same sort of heritage. But we're still waiting to get Keke Marabe off, so it really doesn't look good for him at all. He got that knee heavily braced so that don't really move him. Doesn't shift anything when he moves. But still not going to have any play anytime soon. Less than 10 minutes played so far. Stormers have done most of the attacking and defending so far, so haven't played a lot of rugby just yet. They have that 45% possession. Most of that has been inside their own half. Very little on the attack. And when they have attacked, they have lost the possession very, very easily. So it's been very, very sloppy. Moving on to an ad break. That's how long this is potentially taking. Speaking of ads, a big shout out to BITDEFENDER, who are sponsoring this stream. They are the global leader in cybersecurity. They provide services like a VPN, for example, all your cybersecurity needs. Make sure you are protected and get yourself a BITDEFENDER subscription. Link in the description over there. Got some really, really good specials, especially around that Black Friday last week. They were basically giving the damn stuff away. The specials were so good. So make sure you are protected and secured. And basically, it's the Peter Steph the toy of global security. Wouldn't you want Peter Steph the toy defending your laptop or your device, your phone, for example? So go and check out BITDEFENDER down in the comments below, and I mean the description rather. And go and download it today. You can get some really, really good deals. We use it to make sure that nobody can hijack our streams or anything like that. They secure our streams. They can secure your devices as well. And speaking of secure, Keke Marabe is off, and he applauses the rest of the guys for giving him an applause. Heavily strapped up right knee. Nitli Bashir has come out with a big plaster on the right hand side, so it must have been a cut that he had to get sorted. So that's the only positive, I suppose, for the Stormers there, that during the time that Keke Marabe was down, they've managed to get Nitli Bashir patched up, and he's back onto the park. And just in time for a scrum as well, which is going to be a Stormers put in. Play being stopped there for the injury rather than knock on or anything like that. That's a free kick there for the Stormers. So Mighty Buck will be able to kick this downfield. They won't have the feet to the line out if they kick it out, but other options could just kick it up very high in the air and go and compete for it. Yeah, opting to go to the touch. And Liebach finds a good touch finder. That's up towards the halfway line. So it'll be a Toulon ball. But out of the danger zone for now are the Stormers. And they go to Captain Dave Ribbons as Baptiste and then go short. Bigger looking for options. Oh, that's a big hit. Massive hit. It comes, bounces off, does Billy Engelbrecht. But going down nicely low is Marcel Tennyson. Coming up quickly here has JD Strickland. And a bit of space out wide all of a sudden. Paul DeVet's having to get across. And Vieira decides to hold on. Nice tackle coming on by Suleiman Hartzenberg. But once again, Toulon on the front foot. Then finding meters. Now a big carry coming from Danny Prizzo. The big prop is an advantage as well for offside. So not great discipline so far from the Stormers. Baptiste goes short ball there. Nice carry. Pops it up in the world. So it's tackle. I don't think Carl Sinclair was really expecting. They'll go back for the penalty. And they'll be able to kick themselves. Well, they could take the points, I suppose, actually. I'd be surprised. I think they'll after that start, they'll probably go to the corner and keep... you see David Ribbons is asking for it. It's 3 points, but I don't know why he keeps pointing with his 4 fingers. But they are to take the points, yeah. I don't know if anybody's told him it's 3 points, not 4. But, if, whatever works for you, Dave Ribbons. Whatever works for you. Right, Varsity try and make it a 10-point lead now. And looks like a pretty decent kick. Yeah, the flags are up. And Toulon extend their lead. Stormers need to get into this game at the moment. It's been 10 minutes of all the rugby being played by the men in black today. A really cool kit. I think you mentioned it earlier, but it's a very, very nice kit. Money Liebach will get things back underway. It's absolutely cooking up here in Joburg, by the way. Goodness me. If you're in Joburg, let me know how you survive in the heat. Because my word, I'm not. I'm dying. Liebach gets back underway again on the left-hand side there. And the captain's underneath it. Marcel Tennyson gets up there to make the tackle. They have, however, lost the safety of the 22, so they won't be able to kick directly into touch here. And here comes the kick. He won't find touch as Wargeland receives it. Not too many options, so Wargeland's going to go pretty deep. Now Dan Bigger wants to go himself. He puts it in the air. And I think it's Marius Doman who is... chasing it was, and he knocks it forward there. Little chip and chase coming out from Leon Zatz. Lots of space though. Bounce the ball goes back towards Dan Bigger, who's done very, very well. Slightly isolated, but support does arrive. So it is available for Baptiste Surin, just inside their own 10-meter line there. And goes to Carl Sinclair. Solid carry coming from the England prop. Slow ball now for Baptiste Surin. He's going to go to the boot. Going for distance here. Could be too far. It is too far. It was a terrible kick for Baptiste Surin, and now he's gifted them a line inside the 0.5. And this is a big opportunity here for Stormers. It's not getting into the game. Because at the moment, they're just not. So Joseph Dweber needs to nail the line out at the moment. But, yeah, 30 minutes in. They've had less than 50% of possession now, I think, officially. As Ruben van Heerden is barking out the instructions. Sean Farrell saying, if it continues like this, it'll be a long day in the office. I'm feeling like it's a long day in the office because I'm absolutely cooking. I need to get myself some aircon in this place. Yeah, goodness me. It's a good line, though, as Paul DeVet goes to Money Buck, and bang, Peter Engelbrecht goes running over. I thought it was actually Dan Bigger, but it's actually Facundo Isa in that number 8 jersey. Down the right-hand side, as Paul DeVet now decides to work away to left and popped up from Netley Bashir to Ali for Mark. The props combining nicely. Slow ball this year for Paul DeVet. Hartzenberg being Jason Dixon on the right hand side. They go to Hartzenberg. Hartzenberg gets through. Gets the all-third away to Leon Zas. Inside ball to Warwick Kalant. Kalant goes inside of Dan Bigger. Looking for options. He has Warwick Kalant. Can he go all the way? I tell you what, he can. Yes, he can. That is a phenomenal finish from Warwick Kalant. Goodness me. Inside, outside. I was looking for the option. Then decides to put the pedal to the metal. And under a lot of pressure there, he's just dived towards the corner and put himself in the air. And that is a brilliant, brilliant finish. Goodness me. So good, that. Goodness me. Well, I said that he needs to start playing with rugby, and that's how you do it. That is how you do it. And he's got off the... Oh, it's absolutely sensational. Really, really good, that from Warwick Kalant. By Minebok now to get them within 3 points of the lead. That's a very good kick. That's a fantastic kick from Minebok. He splits the paws. And, you know, that's the annoying thing. You see him do that. And this thing is, it's like, it's just so... he's so frustrating as a player. But, you know what? We're not going to sit there and have the debate every single week. At the end of the day, we know exactly what he's all about. And when he plays well, the Stormers play well. And that's a very nice kick from him. And the Stormers hopefully have now officially arrived for the weekend. Because that is a storming finish from Warwick Kalant. Excuse the pun. Not my greatest. Not my best. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It's early days. I'll kick off that coming from the Stormers. At the moment, we're scoring more than a point a minute, so long may that continue. I like a high-scoring game, as long as the rugby's good. Nice, good kick there to it, and it's actually knocked sideways from Gavin Beer. Now, they get into Isa with a bit of space, and he kicks to the right-hand side. Bit of a strange decision. Leon Zas, however, is struggling a little bit and needs support. Goes himself. That's the wrong decision made, and he's been pounded backwards. And he's been forced to ground, so it's going to be a 5-meter scrum. That's a really, really poor decision from Leon Zas. He had options to the right-hand side, could have popped it out to them, and decided to hold on to it. And now you can see the 5-meter scrum, not ideal at all. Very weird decision not to pass it and bring somebody else in. Big scrum now needed. If there's ever time for a scrum penalty, then this is the time. 5-meter scrum, Baptiste in with ball in hand, and got options to the left and right. At the moment, Jolly Duplessis is lined up at in the number 10 channel. That big, very unstable scrum, then eventually stabilized enough to get the ball in. Off goes finger into Isa, and it's just short. Oh, he's actually lost it. He's lost it forward. Well, he ran over, I think it was Ben Jason Dixon. He got away from that tackle. Monty Liebach then completed the tackle. And eventually, as he went down, I think lost it forward. They tried to very sneakily bring it in, but I think the call came from the assistant that it was lost forward. I think it's actually Monty Liebach who just lodges it. He does, indeed. And then loses it forward there. And then they just try to sort of push it back in, but not successfully. Nice scrum coming there from the Stormers. Really nice scrum. And it is rewarded by Carl Dixon. That's very, very good work. Nearly for sheer working his way through. And there's some words actually there. And a bit of argy-bargy going in. So I don't think he enjoyed being out-scrummed there did Danny Priso, who's decided to let Netley Fashir know about it. If I'm Netley Fashir, I'm just saying, mate, we'll take a walk. You've just been dusted. Joseph Dweber there, changed to him, and he can speak French, can Joseph Dweber, having spent a couple of seasons over there at Bordeaux. So he'll be translating a message from Netley Fashir. Probably something along the lines of, lucky boy. Now in the midfield, they're going to carry that coming from Jean-Luc Duplessis. Quick ball needed. And it goes to Ali from Mark to Willie Engelbrecht. He puts his head down, brought down by Danny Priso. He's being manhandled here. Now he's complaining about it. Van Liebach, nice short pass there to Wargeland. Wargeland looking for options, but it ends up holding it. It's almost been held up, but eventually they managed to get him down to the floor. Good work rate that coming from Joseph Dweber. Ball available now for Paul de Vet at the back of the scrum. Back of the ruck. And a bit of a half gap there for Marcel Tennyson. He's eventually going to be brought down by David Rubens up towards the 10-meter line. Good momentum this year from the Stormers. Starting to find their groove in this match. Now Van Liebach goes flat to Ruben van Heerden. Liebach now with a bit of space. And that's knocked backwards from Toulon. And then, oh no, through the hands. Now Van Liebach, options inside, goes to Jean-Luc Duplessis. Oh, he's been hammered. He was looking for the options there, was Jean-Luc Duplessis. Into the 22 they go there. Paul de Vet wants to go down the right-hand side, pops up to Steven Hartzenberg, puts it to the boot, and it comes off Dan Biggar. And it should be a Stormers third, surely. It is indeed a Stormers line-out. We're now getting a bit friendly there with Dan Biggar. And having a look at this hit here from, I tell you what, that almost looks pretty high there from Gail Dreen on Jean-Luc Duplessis. I think in the end it's going to be okay. I think it's the chest, to be fair, but it was a big hit. Big hit coming on him. He's a bit winded, yeah, I think, it's Jean-Luc Duplessis. That melt of his has taken a bit of a bruising. Took him a while, I think, to get going, Jean-Luc Duplessis. He's a nice player when he's playing at the best of his ability, but that's a big hit. Yeah, massively coming on him. And they looked at it several times. I think it's okay. I think the hit's fine. I think he hits it over, yeah. I don't think there's any issue there whatsoever, to be honest. Right, so it will be a Stormers line out inside the 22. So a big opportunity here. Try here will take them to the lead for the first time in the game after almost 22 minutes. Joseph Dweber, he's had a solid start to the game in his 50th appearance for the Stormers. Ruben van Heerden, the likely target. Willie Engelbrecht also an option. And they're going to go to J.D. Schickeling. Nice take from him. Big more, yeah. Nice momentum early on. They're ready up towards the 5-meter line, but the ball's not squirged out forward. And there is a knock-on advantage. Pressure here from Dan Biggar. That's going to go out, so they'll go back for the scrum. Very good pressure. Unfortunately, there was a knock-on advantage. With not for that knock-on advantage, that could have been a 5-meter scrum. So a bit sloppy initially, but then good pressure from the Stormers. And this will be an interesting scrum now, given the fact that they just won that scrum penalty. Danny Priso now is going to be eyeing up Netley Fashir. So a bit of a grudge match going on there at scrum time. Just want to work out. I think it was during the transfer this ball comes loose. I don't even know who's got it there, to be perfectly honest. They didn't manage to get back towards Joseph Dweber, so I'm not entirely sure who ended up having it when he knocked it on. But a scrum inside the 22. So there's been 3 visits to the opposition 22 from Toulon. They've scored in one of them. And 2 visits from Stormers. Scored in one of them. And a free kick this time from Toulon, so that'll be a free exit for them. Probably look to find touch, which will still be a Stormers ball though. So silver linings, I suppose, for the Stormers, who are definitely starting to look a lot more settled in the last 10 minutes than the first 10 minutes. Yeah, that's a nice kick from Dan Bigger up towards the 10-meter line. So release a bit of the pressure, but Stormers will still be on the front foot here. Right, Josh Dreber. That's a nice packed out stadium, actually. It's actually filled up a lot since the games got going. It's actually a really good attendance, which is good to see. December Rugby down in Gqeberha. There's actually a test match as well. So to be fair, lots of sport happening on that side of the world this weekend. And a very good test match as well between the Proteas and Sri Lanka. But back to the rugby. And Paul DeVet's looking for option. He goes to the left-hand side. Moss Tinson shifts inside. Here's away to Paul DeVet, who's not slow, but slips. And Gavin Vieira manages to get all over him. Now Mighty Buck scrum half goes to Hotzenberg. Goes to Johnny Duplessis. Tries to straighten. Doesn't. Manage to get very far. Watchalong wants to put that onto the boot for Leon Zas. I think it's actually come off. Yeah, I'd say. Oh, no. I thought eventually it'd come off Toulon player, but no, says the assistant referee. So it will be a Stormers, Toulon ball. Thought about taking it quickly and then opted against it. Right, long line out to David Ribbons. Very good line, actually. And they go short. Big tackle coming there from Kinder Isa. He's been doing a lot of work as the Argentine. And a charge down by JD Schickerling. Bit of pressure. Comes through to Ruan now. Very, very nicely worked here. Good pressure from the Stormers. And the ball's come loose as well. Penalty. That seems a bit harsh, to be honest. Hands in the ruck is the call, or hands on the floor. Playing the ball on the ground, I think, is the final call there from the referee. Or feet is the call against Ruben van Heerden. So just as the Stormers were starting to really start to get a bit of grip in the game, they've conceded a silly penalty. Very good work there from Ruben here to charge down. I mean, he didn't even have, it was so easy for him to charge down. I mean, he actually hit him like the waist. And then the ball spills out, and Ruben van Heerden then dives on it. I think it's a bit harsh, to be fair. That was outside the ruck, so I think he's just diving on the ball. I don't think that's it's part of the ruck. But anyway, right, a bit of a hospital pass to Dan Bigger, but Stormers' defence was slow to get up towards the halfway line. And Patrick Stewart is going to go to the boots. A couple of chases there. One almost looked like he was in front. Watchalong and goes backwards. Almost took it nicely, but then spilled up. But backwards, of course. No real issues for Stormers. On the left-hand side, Ben Jason Dixon gets through a couple and goes past the 10-meter line. And a penalty for not releasing is the call. So a penalty now for the Stormers. Opportunity for them to get back into Toulon territory. Struggling a little bit in the wing there is Gail Dreen. Now, a decent kick here from the Mighty Buck could really set them up because it looked like a pretty impressive running more they had earlier. And so they are up towards the 22. Joseph Weber goes to Ben Jason Dixon. That's a nice take. Paul DeVet goes nice and flat to Martin Tennyson actually in the midfield. Popped up Joseph Weber, who bounces off. Carl Sinclair has a second go down the left-hand side. Now goes Stormers. Only to see a first receiver. Now Mighty Bar pops it up to Ben Jason Dixon. And he's going to be dragged out. In fact, he's got the ball back inside, but he was out in touch. And he's landed on his head as Ben Jason Dixon. So we could have a potential HRA here. He's not happy as Ben Jason Dixon. And if this is another injury to Stormers, then they could be starting to get really, really short of players. Could have potential HIA here. You can just see he's completely dumped. So it's Danny Prizo, and then Baptiste Red also helps. And then I think it's the whiplash here. Yeah, so as he lands, his head just smacks into the ground. Doesn't really move, does Ben Dixon. So this could be problems here for the Stormers. Taking a while to get up here. Made his debut the Springboks earlier this year. Ben Jason Dixon's had a good year. Didn't really manage to, I think, really use the opportunity as much as he probably would have liked to. But I have no doubt he'll have plenty more in his career to come. Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be replaced, or at the very least, could be having an HIA. He's back to his feet, but sure he's going an HIA. Yeah, he's going all forward. It looks like an HIA. So we'll wait and see what the result is of that. Not ideal. And if you recognize the physio there, it's because he's also contracted with the box. And he is off for an HIA. And on comes the number 21 jersey, which is the youngster, Lonell. Not somebody we've seen an awful lot of. But a nice player. He's about 22, I want to say. Toulon once again going towards the back. I'll tell you what, Ruben van Eden was up there, but it's a good take from Dave Ruben. And Vakunda Isa asked to bash it up. A couple of Stormers players stuck at the bottom of that ruck. Really Engelbrecht there, being told not to interfere. There's zero chance he's rolling. He's at the bottom of a very large ruck, and a couple of there we go. Bashir getting stuck in with Danny Prizo, and they do go to the boot and find touch. Quickly taken though from Leland Zas back to Warwick Land. Now he sizes up the opportunities and he wants to see where he can go. He sees a bit of space on the right hand side. Bit of a strange decision there. Gavin Vieira jumped on it, and if he gets on a run, this could be problems here for Stormers all of a sudden. Not sure it's the right decision there from Warwick Land. I mean, he kicked into the only space where there was a Toulon player. Dave Rivers now, that's a nice big tackle though. Coming from nearly Bashir. Loose pass towards the back. Dan Bigger, not too many options. He's going to chip over the top, and he's weighted it pretty well, but not well enough as Warwick Land gets across and just marks and just calms things down. I said not the right option there from Warwick Land. And he's gotten away with that, but that could have gone very badly, very quickly. Because if Gavin Vieira turns around, he's got nobody in front of him. We don't want that guy in space. Nice kick that from Warwick Land, and Toulon back inside their own half. It's become quite a bit of an arm wrestle in the last 10 minutes. I think we've got quite a nice close game potentially coming up at the rate that this is starting to unfold. Stormers having to change a lot throughout the half. It's the third time they've had a player off the field. Kicking Rabe definitely not coming on. We might yet see Benjay Sticks a bit later. Anyway, they used a damn bigger. And Danny Preen comes across to join it and slightly isolated. Hartzenberg wants to go over the ball. Big counter right coming up from the Stormers. And the ball is turned over with a bit of space on the right hand side. So Hartzenberg shows and goes. Can't get the pass away, and that's chipped up. And then that's regathered very well by Matthew Smiley. And they kept back inside by Gavin Vieira. This is absolute chaos. Leon Zust decides to pick up and go himself up against Vieira. That looked like a high tackle. Yeah, but I think the call came from the assistant ref that it was a high tackle. And getting to know Gavin Vieira now is Leon Zas. Bit of spicy moments in this game all of a sudden. And has a bit of a bite to it, which is good to see. I like to see. I want to see it. I want to see the players really getting involved with each other. I'm not advocating any violence or anything, but it's nice to see it mean something and for the players to get so stuck into each other. And there's going to be a conversation here. Netley Bashir is going to have a chat with the referee, and I think this is about discipline. I think this is Baptiste Surin's coming in now. Yeah, it's just about the discipline, basically. So he says, when the whistle blows, we stop it. And Dave Ribbons eventually joined. Baptiste Surin's gone to go and apologize and go chat to somebody. I think, obviously, he had some words with someone. Just slipped up there, really, from Gavin Vieira. It's not even that deep of a tackle, to be honest. I don't think Leon Zas is really justified in getting that upset. He's got the penalty. It's not that deep, Rube. It's not that deep. Marlon Liebach, off his left boot, kicks with both feet, does Marlon Liebach very well, and he gets them out towards the 10-meter line. Such a useful thing to be able to do, be able to kick with both feet, just to create that every couple more degree angle when you're kicking for a touch. So he's found about 20-odd meters. And Stormers will once again have a line out inside the Toulon territory with just less than 10 minutes on the clock. Joseph Dweber is his characteristic chewing gum. I don't know how you play rugby with chewing gum, but anyway, not the only player to do it around there. Very odd for me. And moving from here and short now to Marcel Tennyson, who's hit hard in the tackle, but ball is available there for Paul de Wet. He's going to chip at the top, I think, yeah. It's actually been charged down by Carl Sinclair. Lands to the hands of Marlon Liebach, though. And under a bit of pressure there from Danny Priso, and then Carl Sinclair dives on top of him. Not sure I'd want Carl Sinclair jumping on the top of me, but anyway, Netley Bashir just holding the ball up, waiting for that Toulon defense to come to him, creating a bit of time for the rest of the team to set up. Paul de Wet can now go to the boot. This time doesn't get charged down. Everyone's the man trying to put pressure on him. And Hartsmith, I'll tell you what, they ran into each other there, and Dan Bigger's gone down. Backwards is the call from the referee. Dan Bigger's a bit too groggy, but I'll tell you what, bit of space over here. And the good tackle coming on Lewis Laidlam. Carl Sinclair now. That's a good dummy there. Long pass out wide coming from Matthew Smalley. Good tackle from Zas on Gail Dreener's opposite wing. You know, this whole doing commentary with half these Blooming Toulon players don't have flipping jersey numbers is not making my life easy. At all. Big counter coming. Bit of pressure on Baptiste Surin, and he kicks it back infield. Warwick Kalant underneath it. A bit of space on the right side, I think, if they want to use it. That's why I think Marlon Liebach's calling for it. Now he goes and brings in Warwick Kalant, but it's very well read in the end by Matthew Smalley. Quick up there was Carl Sinclair, but a ball available for Paul de Wet. Pops out to Marlon Liebach. He goes to Willie Engelbrecht. He goes nice and direct. He generally does this Willie Engelbrecht. Very nice, adaptable players. Willie Engelbrecht can play across the entire back three. Now Marcel Tennyson came on for Kike Marabe. Liebach, not too many options. He goes to the boot. Hartzenberg's going to give chase, as is Jolly Duplessis. Not really much pressure there. Now, but a space all of a sudden for Marius Doman. Oh, sure, that's player going off their feet, Mr. F. On the left-hand side, Baptiste Surin wants to show and go, but Alif Mark is aware to the threat. Pops up to Dan Bigger. Not too many other options, so Dan Bigger just goes to the boot. And this will pop up for Warwick Kalant, who's once again reminding Liebach for company. And I think he's just going to look to find touch here as Warwick Kalant. He's absolutely launched that. Goodness me. Oh, I tell you what, if that's bounced inside, this could be a 50-22. He's let that go. That is an absolute disaster. But what a kick that is from Warwick Kalant. I mean, that's 22-22. That is absolutely fantastic, by the way. I don't know if this bounced. He lets this go. I don't know why. I mean, he had to say to 22 anyway. And he lets this go. So it's bounced outside. So it should still be a Toulon line out. But it's just outside the 22. But that's a phenomenal kick. Absolutely phenomenal. 54% possession now for the Stormers. They are starting to get more possession, but yet to really make it count and use it so far. Another good line. The lines have generally been very good. Oh, but knock on over there from the Toulon. So knock on advantage. It takes a couple of times to try and pick that up. Ball available here for Paul de Wet. Moving from here now into the 22. There go the Stormers. Big clean out coming on Gavin Vieira. Warwick Kalant, ball over the top. Jean-Louis Duplessis just pats it on to Leon Zas. Nice hands there from the Stormers. Ball now squirts to the right hand side. Picked up by Willie Engelbrecht. Ball still comes back outside. It's very, very sloppy at the moment. Now Paul de Wet goes to Lonel. who goes nice and direct, and but he's been almost pickpocketed, and it's illegally so. So penalty here for the Stormers. Decision time here. We've got just under about 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Very, very kickable this. And they're going to go to the line now, the Stormers, playing a lot of confidence here. A try puts them in the lead. And I think important probably with the way things are going, I think I think going for the try is probably the right decision. They've got momentum. They just need to be accurate, I think, is the main thing. They've had their chances to potentially score that second try. And Joseph Dweber has touched wood. The line's functioning pretty well. They go towards the back to bring Engelbrecht. And it's a pretty well set. No, in fact, I think they've completely isolated the man. They've turned it over. I take everything back. Just as I said, the line's been pretty good. They go lose it. The commentators curse and Baptiste Surin will clear their lines. He's a very good kick as well. It's a brilliant kick. That's up towards the halfway line. Stormers will have to start right again from deep. Thought about taking it quickly, and Marnie Buck, and he's decided not to. Yeah, no, I might have put the markers on them, to be fair. That might be my fault. I will accept that. Yeah, just literally just turned the ball over. Just grabbed it and said, thank you very much. How easy was that? Really, really disappointing that from the Stormers. And there's a bit of a break and play here. There's a player down. Or is it? Or is it just water break? Come on, guys. There's 3 minutes left. Just looking at my watch without having realized I haven't put it back on. Dear, losing the plot here, lads. I'm losing the plot. Flabbernaber is saying, Liebach is very uncertain today. I think the Stormers have been very uncertain today. But yeah, you're right. It doesn't really look like they've got a plan yet. I think they're trying to sort of see where the space is. But I think they're struggling to identify where to go. Right, 2 minutes left on the clock. Oh, Dan Bigger's off, by the way. I told you he looked a bit groggy after that. So he has been replaced by Enzo Herve. It'll be HIA. Be interested to see if we see him again later. Billy Engelbrecht in the midfield, yeah. Right, 3 minutes left on the clock here for the Stormers. Penalty advantage here as well for them. So a bit of a few of the dice. Gilbert kicks over the top. Forwards run now. And the bounce of the ball goes towards Leon Zas. He then puts the bounce of the ball to Watchalong. Watchalong puts it onto the boot. And it's available there. Now it's been turned over. And the referee says no advantage despite the fact that they're inside the 22. Back to the halfway line for the penalty. Really, really good work there. Ben Dixon looks like he's ready to come back on, so that's a nice moment there for the Stormers. Good news on him. I'm just saying, hello Stephen, hope you're well, bro. Did you watch the Sharks game? And if so, what did you think? I didn't watch the Sharks game, I must admit. I was watching the cricket. Yeah, I'll go catch up the highlights there. It's a nice win for them. When I did flick across, there was like 3 yellow cards. It was a bit ridiculous. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. So I'm going to catch it later, but I was watching my boy Temba Vuma score some runs. Tristan Stubbs out there, putting on some runs against Sri Lanka, trying to grind out that test victory. We play so few test matches. I've got to watch the cricket when it's on. There's also like Steve's happy place is watching the cricket. Just chill, the fan on, in this blooming heat where I'm absolutely dying. But, right, so Lonell got a little bit of a run out there, so a bit of a warm-up. But back on the park is Springbok capped Ben Jason Dixon, one of the Springbok players from the Stormers today. Him, Marnie Liebach, Joseph Dweber's capped. Nidhi Mashir could soon be capped, to be fair. Once is the call there, and now the Moors broken apart a little bit, but starting to regather some bit of shape and momentum with Joseph Dweber got the ball. Currie over going to go, and over they do go. Really good work that from the Stormers. Joseph Dweber celebrates, and just on the brink of half time, they will take a lead. Very, very good work. And Gabeja celebrates. He's deserved that. He's been good. But Joe, if you did watch the Sharks game, then fill me in. What happened? How did the Sharks play? I mean, it's a nice result. Did they deserve it? Were they good? Was it average? Was it a bit of a messy game? What was cooking over in Durban? Also, some interesting news, by the way, is the Lions game tomorrow has been moved from the Swansea.com stadium to Parker Scarlets. So they've had to make a move because of all the weather over there. We've already seen, for example, the Liverpool game against Everton, the Merseyside derby that's supposed to happen today has actually been postponed. So weather is creating a bit of havoc over in Europe. But down in South Africa, it is absolutely gorgeous. I actually spent today at the zoo of all places. And Money that's another good-looking kick. Yeah, there we go. Money adds the extras on the brink of half-time. Well, that is actually half-time. And Stormers will go in with a 4-point lead as Gabeja stands and celebrates. Big hearts, they're coming from Joseph Dweber as it packed up. We need more games in Nelson Mandela Stadium. Maybe I need to get down there and say hello to the lads. But we'll be back very shortly after half-time. Don't go away. Smash like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. And we'll see you in a little bit. Right, and we are back for the second half, and very interesting vibes down in Gqeberha. Very good match so far, and Stormers getting a late lead in the second half, and very excited to see if they can make it count, to be honest, because they've not been completely there all the time, so they've had a bit of an up and down sort of half, and a bit of a strange one, to be honest, in terms of the performance, sometimes sort of ebbing and flowing and the likes. So very interested to see how things do go in the second half. But they've got a 4-point lead, that's the main thing, and they need to concentrate on doing the basics, I think, right. Got a bit of thunder going on here. I might have to close the door here. Oh, a bit of a rain, though, would be pretty swell, to be perfectly honest. But Joe, what do you think of that first half? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as Stormers go onto the front foot early on, and Watchalong going to the boot to the right-hand side. And it's not backwards. Oh, is that not forward maybe? No. Yeah, about to say, I thought it was not forward there. So an early opportunity here for the scrum. Penalty for the Stormers here, and Liebach has gone to the corner. So they're looking to give Gqeberha a bit of a show. Going for... there's supposed to be no rain whatsoever. Now all of a sudden there's supposed to be rain. Weather report is shocking. Right, Joseph Dweber feeds the line, go to the front of the line. It's a good take that from JD Schikkeling. They scored from them more just before half time. Let's see if they can score another one off the back of half time. Shifting to the left-hand side over here. Once is the call. Paul Devetti's trying to get this out. Now it goes on the right-hand side, but it's a bit of pressure there. But eventually available for Paul Devetti, and they do use it. Right, I am back. Apologies for that. I had a couple of camera issues. It seems that the storm is deciding to mess up a little bit with the... And here comes rain. That's bizarre. What we needed, because it's been swelteringly hot throughout the day. And all of a sudden, we've got a bit of rain happening. So it's a nice change, to be fair. In the meantime, by the way, it's been a bit scrappy. And the storm is putting a lot of pressure on... I'm actually going to close the door, because I'm magic body here, the flipping racket. Just rude. There we go. Right, good to learn that from Toulon as they try and exit outside their own half, but good pressure here from the Stormers. Ball over the top, and it's a very good kick. Very good kick. Hartzenberg is going all the way back there, but it's a nice kick that. And Toulon now find themselves in Stormers territory for the first time. Baptiste Rin starting to take charge a little bit and get a bit more into the game. Interesting substitution, by the way, is Giotto Wanikolo has come on for Gail Green, who I don't think is injured. I think he has a tactical substitution. I think he was just really, really struggling, in all honesty. So that's an interesting decision coming from Toulon to hook him at half-time. Oh, through the hands of JD Shiklima, backwards, and it falls into the hands of Ben Jason Dixon. And no Jambiga, by the way, into the second half here. He's not unfortunately emerged for Toulon, so that's down, it looks like, permanently. Storm's trying the ball. Slow ball here for Paul de Vet. He goes to the boot, lifts it down the right-hand side for Hartzenberg to give chase. Vier underneath it. Comes off here, I think, forwards and into the hands of Paul de Vet, who's then hammered on the tackle. They'll go back for the knock-on, I imagine. And there's a bit of a shot there on Joseph Dweber. I'm in World War II over here. Like, there's lightning going over here. My stream keeps dropping. Guys, I don't know how much longer this might continue because we're struggling out here. The elements have arrived with the force as well. Dave Ribbons is back on his feet, and we will have a scrum. So there was nothing, no malice there from Joseph Dweber. I think he just got the timing wrong. To be perfectly honest, cheap as me. I think I need to go close windows, but at the same time, I am going out there. It's World War II. And now DSTV's gone down because of the weather. Now I'm going to try and get my stream going up. This is all just a disaster. Please bear with me, people. Out of nowhere, the heavens have opened. Yeah, I was just there. We go. I managed to get the stream back up going. Right, we will continue, people. We will continue. And we're going to start with the scrum. So Paul de Vet with the ball in hand. This is a Storm in scrum. And inside Toulon territory. Frustrating, I think, that they didn't take that early opportunity. They had a couple of lineouts and scrums in the mix in the 22 and needed to do better. But I do like the fact that they're looking to try and put on a show down in the Nelson Mandela Bay. Big scrum going over there. Paul de Vet down the left-hand side. He goes to Jean Duplessis, Monty Liebach now on the angle to Watchalong. That's very nice. Ran in, and the ball goes to. Oh, it's a very nicely played by Wanikolo. He's just got the pace to get away from Leon Zas. He's trying to run it out. Oh, we're back on my other screen. Oh, well, deep as I said. And a penalty for offside against the Stormers. So they do find touch because you have to jump between two screens over here in the middle of one of the more impressive thunderstorms we've had recently. And another penalty. This time it's tackled without the ball. So back-to-back penalties from the Stormers. And yeah, poor discipline that. And they were allowing Toulon to really get back into this half, where in the first 5 minutes they were all over them. Yeah, very cheap numbers or whatever they've done on the back of their shirts, because all the numbers have come off. I mean, both front rows don't have numbers on their shirts. Now David Ribbons' numbers come off the shirt. My stream's once again gone down due to the weather. Having a great time. Absolutely great time over here. And the annoying thing is, like, oh, by the way, there is Dan Bigger, so he is back now onto the park. Big boost that for Toulon as he kicks to the corner, not taking the points. He had the option to take the points, but they've decided to go to the corner. And the biggest problem is that this screen over here, which is streaming versus the DSTV decoder, is about 30-40 seconds behind. So it makes life a little bit interesting when all of a sudden you're watching over here and then this one comes back on and you're now 20-30 seconds ahead of what you were just watching. Towards the back line. Once again, they've gone back line every single time. And this time, Ruben van Heerden has read it well. Ben Jason Dixon comes away with a really important steal that for the Stormers. And Ben Jason Dixon gets past the 22 as well. Nice carry from him. Paul de Vet goes to Neertling Bashir, who bashes it up. And Paul de Vet's kick, that's a dreadful kick. And it's gone forward? No, yeah, I think so from the penalty against the Stormers for, I'm not entirely sure actually. I think that's blocking the kicker there. So another penalty and Dan Bigger will pop to the corner. It actually worries me that as soon as there's a flash of lightning, like my DSTV decoder is flashing. Makes me very nervous here. But don't worry, I'm willing to put my life on the line here for you guys because, you know, this is what we do here at Fair Sports. Trying to work out what this penalty's for there. Paul de Vet puts it in the air. It's pretty dreadful and not entirely sure what the penalty is on. And that was his last intervention, unfortunately, for him. So Hershey Yankees onto the park. Interesting that Hershey Yankees now playing against a French team because he's been rumored to be going to France. And I think it was the right move for him, to be honest. Had such a disappointing career post 2019 World Cup. And just very frustrated that he's just never really kicked on. Good looking more this though from Toulon and worrying side Storms, but that's good defense. Now let's shift the point of contact though. Good defense. Now it's gone down. Referee penalty advantage. A free roll the dice here. Dan Bigger. Oh my goodness, that's so horrible. I mean, he holds on to that and he goes straight over, does Marius Domin. And he's not had the best of games actually today. He's sporting a decent moustache, but that's unfortunately about it. However, was another penalty, and given the amount of penalties that has happened, Willy Leroux is going to go into the bin. He's not particularly happy about this, Willy Leroux. Willy Engelbrecht. The Storms got me rattled. So he's going to spend 10 minutes in the bin. Not ideal at all. Let me get that yellow card up on the screen. As much as I like the rain, I'm actually going to play cricket tomorrow, so I'm not entirely thrilled with the situation at the moment. But being on Innobrect, we'll spend 10 minutes in the bin. We actually know what the time is, by the way. The clock's gone down over there, so it seems that everyone's having a couple of technical issues, but we will endeavour to continue. We'll get through it. That was a good line out and Toulon right back on the front foot once again. All right, there's the yellow card for the Stormers, down to 14 men. And the left-hand side, solid carry, good work, good momentum, but it was a decent stop on the more there from the Stormers. And no penalty advantage either, so a big opportunity for them to try and defend this. Carl Sinclair gets a good run, though. Quick ball here, Bigger looking for option. He goes short. Matthew Smalley. About 10 meters out here, Toulon working your way back down the right-hand side. Baptiste through and taking his time, though. Solid defense this year from the Stormers. That's a nice run there. Good acceleration coming from Smiley, but good defense on him as well. 5 meters out here, Toulon. Serin looking at his options. Good offload there. Carl Sinclair down the midfield. Brought down by Ben Jason Dixon. Long pass out wide. Long pass over the top. On the bounce. Oh, he's knocked it forward here. Surely. He's done it back inside. It's come off Watchalong, but I think that the substitute, Joata Wanikolo, has knocked it on. And big applause coming from Billy Engelbrecht, who was not very happy given the fact that he was kind of the reason that they're in this situation and down to 14 men. But that's really, really good defense. However, unfortunately, I think there might have been a penalty advantage. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the graphics are working on the broadcaster. So, yeah, we're trying to work out what's going on. Your ball over the top, though, on the bounce to what they call it. It was a difficult one for him to take, to be fair. But it looks like there was a penalty advantage. Well, Storm seems to be subsiding, but I still have no DSTV connection. I mean, brutal. Brutal. Kelly's saying, what's wrong with the weather? I'm in GQ, nothing wrong. Well, that's good for the test match tomorrow. Yeah, no, it's raining cats and dogs out here. Yeah, cheapest. I mean, what a weekend of sport. I mean, imagine going. This should have been a 7 o'clock game. I think that's the only criticism I have. It should have been a 7 o'clock game. And if I lived in Babeja, you would have seen me at the cricket this morning, probably about 8 a.m., popping a few lagers, straight from the cricket to the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium for the Raggers. Yeah, what a time. What a time. But anyway, can't be too greedy, can you? And then tomorrow, straight back to the cricket, to be honest. But big scrum here coming from the Stormers, and they need to try and find a penalty here. That's gone down. Joseph Dweber's son is actually on his back. That's actually says. And Wally Liebach's kick, as soon as the broadcast catches up, is a good one towards the halfway line, but they do take quickly. And here comes Doven. It's a nice tackle there from Jean-Louis Duplessis. He's put in actually a shift today as Jean-Louis Duplessis at inside centre. Not his preferred position, but he's been decent. Right, Dan Bigger looking at go short. I mean, it's so interesting when you watch Jeremy Sinzal play because he's built like a flippin' brick house. And that's surely, no, backwards to the core. He's so isolated, this has to be a penalty. Surely, Mr. Ref. Surely. And there is the penalty on the halfway line for the Stormers. That last 5 minutes, I think, because I can't see the time, has been brilliant for the Stormers, by the way. Absolutely great defending, good tactical decisions. And they are going to take the points here. Marty Liebach, my man's feeling confident. Here comes the DHL van. It's flying in there. To knock backwards. And then, I mean, he had 3 players all over him. No chance there. And the way that they managed this now, especially with down to 14 men for the Stormers, has been absolutely exemplary. Marty Liebach is lining up his first penalty of the day. He's 2 from 2 off the tee, by the way, and 2 good kicks as well. Haven't been easy. This one about 48 odd meters, pretty much bang in front. So this is more about the distance than really the direction. But he's kicking with confidence, so long may that continue. And that is looking so good. Sails over the top. Marnie Pollard is operating. My man's now 3 from 3. Here comes Marcus Tennyson as well. Look under Hugo Fenter. I'll take it all back. It was short. What? I apologize. It was short, so I thought it would look pretty good, but I think it was actually short. So we played and I've gone to the left-hand side. You know, I'm sitting there absolutely singing your praises, Marty. Meanwhile, you've missed it. And now Herschel Yankees lost it forward. Again, doesn't help that I'm now flicking between 2 screens. But the kick comes in eventually from Marius Doman. So to clarify, he did miss, by the way. I thought it looked good, but evidently he didn't have the distance. And Liebach's, no, my goodness, he's lost the ball. forward now. They've got to kick to hard. Gavin Veer's got a bit of space. He's going to grab it. And Money Box eventually get back under a lot of pressure here. Gets the offload away. That's going to be forward. This is all just an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster. Goodness me. It's like a 5-meter scrum in the end. And I'm talking about a comedy of errors from both teams everywhere. Here comes some replacements. And that is the big man, RJ Smith, coming on. It's quite a haircut he's got for the enforcer, I suppose, as well as Andre Hugo Fenter. Right, so Andre Hugo Fenter on with a couple of instructions. Be interested to know what those instructions are and need to make sure we get a big scrum, yeah. Decent shift actually from Ruben Van Heerden, who has been part of the box squad as a lineman camps and the likes this year. So he's on the radar for Rusty Rasmus and the lads, but hasn't quite managed to crack a final squad just yet. Was on the reserves list. And a free kick here for Toulon. Taking it quickly here by Fakunda Isa. Oh, jeepers me, the strength from him. Poor defense, it must be said, from the Stormers, but amazing strength from him. And Toulon go over, and they will retake the lead. Big moment in the game. Frustrating to have conceded them because they had done so well to cope without Willi Engelbrecht. But free kick, and then who does he get through here? Tap and go comes, straightens, and he goes in between. I think it's Johnny Duplessis. No, it's not. Let me get it right. I can't get this wrong because then people sit there seeing the wrong people slip the tackle. I'm trying to work it out. I think it could. No, that's been Jason Dixon there. That's Johnny Duplessis. I'm not entirely sure he slips the tackle. It might be Leon Zass. Either way, not great. And Toulon back in the lead with a kick to come from Baptiste Ruin. He's kicked well tonight as Baptiste. Nice to have Dan Bigger in your team. You don't even need him to kick for goal. Oh, to have those kind of options, eh? And that is very, very good. It curls inside of the poles. That one is, the flags do raise. And I made as last time. The flags do go up. He has nailed it. And Toulon back in the lead at the 60-minute mark. Thankfully, my clock is working because the broadcast one, on-screen one, isn't. Right, 14 points to 17. 20 minutes to go. Surely they can't lose the game down in Abeja. Can't go all the way there and just lose. Like, come on, people. We might have a couple of changes coming on yet for Toulon very shortly. For Stormers particularly, the only people that haven't come on is Sunday hasn't come back on. He was on for 4 minutes whilst Neely Bashir was getting patched up. Leon Lyon still on the bench. And we await the very exciting return of Siabela Sanatla. Really excited to see what he can do. And, well, I'll tell you what, Dan Bigger's complaining about that. I think that's fair play, to be fair. He's saying he got taken on the air. Refs having absolutely nothing with it. Nearly Bashir is tossing a long pass out to Jean-Louis Duplessis, putting him under a bit of pressure. Not the best pass there from Nearly Bashir. He needs to eventually straighten it to Jean-Louis Duplessis, runs into Baptiste Ruin and loses the ball forward. And he's going to have a word here with Dan Bigger as the referee. Carl Dix is not appreciative of what has been said to him. Carl Dixon saying it's a fair contest in the air and basically shut it. is the translation of what happened between that exchange. Not a fan of the way that Dan Bigger was speaking to him, which is fair enough. I mean, he was absolutely losing his mind, was Dan Bigger. And as mentioned, yeah, a couple of Toulon subs. So off goes Matthew Smiley. So on will come Anton Frisch. Very exciting players, Anton Frisch. Very strange sort of career. Obviously played a lot of his rugby for Munster. Then made the move to France. Made his debut for France. And I think he's actually making his move back to Munster. So again, but then he has to re-qualify basically for Ireland. So it's all very, very, very weird situation. He played for Emerging Ireland, played for the Barbarians. He played 40 games for Munster. Then he was at Bristol Bears before that. He's had a very strange career. Has Frisch, or let's say interesting career. Let's say like that. By the way, Billy Engelbrecht is back on the park from the looks of it, I think. Or no, actually, Rittenhouse packed down. It's actually it's a lip slit here again. Yeah, it's dirty for sure. So he's gonna have to get that cleaned up. Another reset scrum. Hershey's ball in hand here. 2 tries apiece so far. Just the penalty separating the two sides. If Malibuck had nailed his penalty, it would currently be 17 all. Big scrum that came from the Stormers. Huge scrum. Up as the call, and Hershey Yankees been playing without the ball. It's a bit of a strange one. That's why the referee hasn't awarded him there. Baptiste Surin completely took him off the ball. Didn't even have it. So RJ Smith now puts his head down. Very big players, RJ Smith. Got a bit of a nasty side to him sometimes. Oh, that's a horrible from Ben Jason Dixon. Mike Leebock's going to have to try and clean up over here. He's done so exceptionally well. Straight through the hands of Ben Jason Dixon. Now Warwick Land. Oh, it's a nice little offload that to JD Strickling down the right side. Strickling needs a bit of support here. Hershey Yankees does arrive, as does Warwick Land. And Hartzenberg picks up. Mate, you've got no support. Thankfully, Ben Jason Dixon's aware to it. And the ball gets ripped from the tackle. That's so stupid from Hartzenberg. Not the right play at all. And Frisch goes to the boot, though. And Hershey Yankees is back now. Bit of space on the left-hand side there. If they want to use it. Jock UBC does go to Malibok. He goes to Leon Zas. Going to Ruan now up against the wing. Ruan now wants to chip and chase, but Frisch is there. And he's there to make the tackle as Ruan now. Bit of a chaotic patch to play this. And eventually it goes to Baptiste Ruan. It's just going to take his time here before he goes to the boot. In fact, he actually pops it up. And RJ Smith comes through quite nice to make a good tackle. Lost a bit of momentum there, have Toulon. Very good defense this from the Stormers. At times today. At times it's been really poor, but others has been very good. And Anton Frisch. Baptiste Ring goes over the top there. And Liebach takes it well. Looking for options here as Mike Liebach. Goes to Gelant. Gelant gets away from one. Still going as Gelant. Pops, looking to pop it off the ground. Pops it up to Hershey Yankees. And he goes to Mike Liebach. Oh my living. Liebach got manhandled. Oh no, there's going to be a counter-attack try from Baptiste Ring. It is going to be, oh my goodness. That is brutal from Toulon. Liebach was absolutely smashed by Vier. The ball came loose. Baptiste Surin's kicked to the head. He's gone over. What an absolute disaster. Oh, jeepers me. Vier he might have retired Liebach with this hit. Yeah. Hershey Yankees, test your mate. Goodness me. And then it's Baptiste Surin versus Andre Hugo Fenty. We all know he's going to win that race. It's very good work from the scrum off. Ouch. Yeah, well, there it is. There's the moment. Siabel Sanatle onto the park. And what a special moment that is. Last played rugby in February 2023. I mean, considering that we're, 23 days out from 2025. It's an incredible story. Goodness me. Right, in terms of the schedule, by the way, we will be live again after this for the Bulls game. That kicks off at 7:30 up against the Saracens. Should hopefully be a good game. And unfortunately, I think this game is starting to slip away from the Stormers. We've got 15 minutes left, still down to 14 men, and Baptiste Surin's made no mistake there. So that goes up to 24 points to 14. A 10-point advantage now for the Stormers to try and catch up. Right, there we go. Billy Engelbrecht's officially back on, so I can move that yellow card. Nicely taken that out from Toulon. Right, scores. My feeling is the Stormers need to score in the next 10 minutes. Well, I suppose actually need to score in the next 5 minutes, really. And then have, 8, 9 minutes to try and find a late try. So the game has not completely got away from Toulon, but it is slowly starting to slip away. Warwick Lunt returns. What's a nice kick from Warwick Lunt. That could... Oh, needs to stop. Needs to hit it. He needs to hit it. Oh, goodness me. It's actually gone all the way and rolled dead. Initially looked really good. I thought he was searching for that 2022. The bounce of the rugby ball does strange things. Initially looked like a pretty good kick. It's ended up being an absolute disaster of a kick. And he hands out high to apologize for it. And so it should, because that's not where they want to be at all. Not a very happy John Dobson watching on at the moment. Very, very bleak with life. And Baptiste is down, and he's been my man of the match. If we were to do a man of the match right now, I will give it to Baptiste. He's been really, really good. So they wouldn't want to lose him, but he's had a very solid outing. Right, here's Leon Lyons and Sally Sunday. So the entire Stormers bench is officially onto the park. And the main thing I want to see is Sebastian Nuttler a bit of space. Let's see what he can still do. Such a fun player to watch when he's at his best to see Sebastian Nuttler. And just such a cool story that he managed to come back to and get back to playing. So here comes the last two players for the Stormers. Right, scrubbing up for Toulon, and Sereni's back up to his feet. And going for the cross kick, and it's a bit of a stray decision, looking for a bit of territory, I suppose. It actually ends up being a very good kick. Was never really had a chance there, did want to call it, but it's a good kick from Baptiste Serin, and they ping the Stormers back inside their own 22. I think that was probably the plan, to be fair, and it's worked out in that regard. And here comes Leon Lyons as well as Sadie Sunday, so it's a complete emptying of the bench here from the Stormers. What can they do in the final 12 minutes to try and get a result? Sean Farrell saying, Toulon, no mercy there. French sides are always going to bring power, 100%. Thrive Powell saying, Stormers have had to add things they mean tough with injuries. Yeah, they have. They have. I mean, for example, the Dame Willemse and no, Steve Kitzel, for example, big blow. Slash Famigom Zulu finally back, not playing today though. You've got no Jean-Luc, you've got no Dan Duplessis. So they've definitely had their fair share of injuries. You look at the pack, for example, Ali Famar. Oh, no, what's his name? My boy. Steve Satole. That's really good work this year from Toulon. A couple of good carries there. Anton Frisch starting to get involved. That's a good turnover on the ground, I think. Yeah, I was about to say, Warwick Lunt, of all people, has got himself into a bit of a jackal position and won a penalty here for the Stormers. And he's not going to go down without a fight, is Warwick Lunt. Spent some time in France. Didn't work out for him at all. I think one of those ones which has really actually ended up affecting his career quite badly. Had the season of his life. Then made the move to France. Very emotional move to France. Oh, it's been kept in brilliantly by Vieira, but unfortunately it's then rolled out. So it's actually gained about 10-15 meters here from the Stormers. So just outside the 22. Big opportunity here. You score now, convert it, get yourself 3 points in there, and then you don't even need to convert a try to win it. Lawrence saying, I have to say, Stormers is a Guppies team. Yeah. Not sure the Stormers fans will enjoy that comment, but hey, I'm not Stormers fans. I don't care. My boys are playing tomorrow in the real competition, the Challenge Cup. Good line up that as Master Tennyson goes up and receives it. Hershey Yankees flat to Slayman Hartsburg coming off his wing. Ball available for Hershey Yankees here. Sazi Sunday backwards to the core and then lost. Well, they just lost forward then, Mr. Ref, surely. Okay, never mind, it's come through. And they've been forced back. Here comes Sylvester Snuttler, his first touch. And it's got straight into the boots of Vieira. Oh, no, surely not. He's going to have the pace. Hershey Yankees. Oh, it's a great tackle on Vieira. And ball back straight into the hands of Hartzenberg, who does incredibly well to stay in there. But Stormers all the way back to outside their 22. Turnover ball that. But a good tackle from Hershey Yankees. Mani Ibok now going to Warwick Galant. Galant stepping in around. Trying to get in between those two props. Bit of a mismatch there. And he makes a few yards as Warwick Galant. Hershey Yankees pops it up now to Willi Engelbrecht. He's trying to make up for that yellow card. Leeuwark goes short to Andrew Hugo Fenton. Nice big hit coming from him. Now Master Tennyson getting involved. Ball available for Hershey Yankees. Looks like he's going to go to the boot. Yep, he asks for a blocker in the form of Sazi Sunday. He does go to the boot. It's Nuttler's going to give chase here. Looks like it's going to be Dan Bigger. And it comes backwards off Dan Bigger, I think, into the hands of Doman. Baptiste Surin now goes short. And a bit of laboured carry that from a bigger Gigashvili. Surin now going to the boot. He's gone quite deep there. And now my thing's gone down. So give me 2 seconds. Apologies for that. This Storm is just having its way with it. I'm just not having a good time. And it's turnover ball here. And they go deep for Leeuwark underneath it. Takes it well. Oh, Jeepers gets hammered again. Oh, he's straight down. He's out. He's out. He's out for the count. Oh, Jeep, he's got a blood nose as well. This looks really bad for Mani Leeuwark. Baptiste Surin immediately there to try and help him out. This is... Oh, that's dreadful. That is a red card. That is a disgusting tackle, if it's going to be brutally honest here. No, that's a red card. Right, ladies and gentlemen, red card. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. It's an awful tackle. He's come flying in. It's head-on-head contact. Leeuwark's gone straight down. Looks like he's broken his nose as well. So basically, there's obstruction there for Hartzenberg, who gets in the way, and then he comes through. But I don't see how he escapes this. Steve is going to get that red card. Ready to go. Has to be a red card. Even with the obstruction, it has to be a red card. There'll be mitigation when it comes to, for example, the hearing in the band, but I don't see how he escapes a red card, yeah. Shout out to the medics who were onto the park within seconds, and Baptiste Surin as well there, just was with him, making sure he doesn't move there, Leeuwark. Good to see that from Baptiste Surin. Oh, cheapers, it's forehead to nose. And Leeuwark just, and then he makes the tackle and Leeuwark just doesn't move. Meanwhile, I'm busy prepping the red card. You need to look at the alternative angle in terms of seeing how much of a role the obstruction from Slayman Hartzenberg has played here. But this just looks really, really bad. So there you can just see, so Hartzenberg, he pushes Hartzenberg out the way, and then, nah. I've initially thought that Hartzenberg was going to be the reason why, but he has... No. Correct. Nah, red card. That's the red card. I'm bringing it up. Red card. That's an awful tackle. There's an obstruction, but he pushed him out the way, and that doesn't change anything in how high he is. Nah. There, I'm putting it on there, to be fair. I've kind of jumped the gun here because I thought that's where we were going. But, Slayman Hartzenberg is coming. And then he pushes Sleman Hartzenberg out the way. He then has tied, and then he goes into the tackle. Just give the red card, Jabu. Thank you. I mean, you could have done this about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, red card to Toulon. Right, spanner in the works in the last 9 minutes. Toulon, we're down to 14. Clear red card, in my opinion. Very, I mean, Ribbons is putting his hands. I don't know why. Come on, this is horrible. And Yannick Yoyoto is off. Nah, yeah, that's an awful. Absolutely awful. Matthew said, the rest of the Safa teams need to draw inspiration from the best SA team, obviously the Sharks. And Leibach's on oxygen, and he's going off on a stretcher. Oh, jeepers me. And the Stormers, I mean, that's the third injury of the day. Kiki Marabe, that looks like a long-term thing. He went off the knee injury. This is going to be a concussion. This will be my Leibach out for at least 2 weeks. But I'd only see him in the new year. Potentially a broken nose as well. And Stormers have actually run out of replacements here. So I think they'll have to bring back on probably Paul de Vet would be my guess. I don't know who actually went off for Sinatla. I think it was Jean-Louis Duplessis. Okay, yeah, and I can bring him back on. Unless he went off for injury. So I think, yeah, he went off and Hartzenberg's got into to centre. So the logical thing is to bring back Jean-Louis Duplessis. Yeah, he is back on the field. Well, at least, to be fair, at least within all the injuries, they've actually got a backup fly half who started inside centre. You can come back on and see out the last 10 minutes. The only silver lining, really, for the Stormers. No, we're on Null. Nice carry. Look at Null. Still going. Very good carry. Good intensity from the Stormers. Still going. They're trying to hold him up, but they eventually come down and up towards the 22. Ball's available there. Yankees go short. Big moments here for the Stormers. Big carry that coming from, I think it's RJ Smith. He seems to have a bit of advantage now. Long pass to Johnny Duplessis. Watchalong showing the hands, and it's a knock down. It's a knock on advantage here. Yeah, that's a high tackle, surely. Yeah, I was about to say, that's an awful tackle. That's another yellow card, surely. Yeah, that was dreadful. What are these guys doing? This is bizarre. 13, bang, yellow card. This is mental. Mental. The scenes over here is mental. Yellow card, red card. Yeah, they're losing the plot here, Leon. Now, I believe everybody's getting involved over here. Having a couple of words there with one of the replacements there. You just kicked the ball away. Yeah, Dave Ribbon's getting involved, saying, guys, stop being stupid. We just gotten 2 cards. Yeah, he's had words there, Dave Ribbons. He's furious. And it's a dumb thing to do. You've got a red card, a yellow card, and then basically what's happened is that Hershey Yankees was standing with the ball, with his feet on the ball, and he's come across, has Gigashvili, and he's just kicked the ball away. So Billy LaRue had words with him saying, and he's doing the classic, oh, come, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And Dave Ribbons is losing his shit because they've got a 10-point lead, down to 13 men now, though, and players are still busy, towing the line. This is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Right, so we go. Big moment for the Stormers. Score here. They've got a full 5 minutes with playing against 13 men to try and score a winning try. But they've got to try and score nice and quickly here. Not going anywhere there. Andrew Hugo Fenter goes himself. And then Leon Zas. I cannot actually believe what I'm watching, to be honest. He's come through with the cleaner and he's hammered one of the Toulon players, I think, in the head. He's potentially going to go into the bin now. It's ridiculous. What is going on? Did everybody just lose their minds the last 5 minutes? You've got a penalty. You go to the corner. Andrew Hugo Finch. And in the first phase, he comes flying in. And it looks like it shoulders ahead to Baptiste Serin. Oh, give me... I mean, really, 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 really. Looking at that Leland Zas clean out chair. Looks like it shoulder to the bottom of the jaw of Baptiste Serin. We're looking at this multiple times here. It doesn't look good yet. I mean, it's just below here. I mean, to be fair, about 2-3 centimeters below, and he's probably okay. But it's not 2-3 centimeters below. And I think that Leland Zas could be in trouble. Yellow card. I mean, brainless. Absolutely brainless. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. 13 men. First phase with 13 men. And you smash a guy in the jaw, trying to clean him out, and get out of the card yourself. But, you know, this is what John Lobster doesn't have hair. Because if he had, he'd be putting it all out. It would all be gone. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. Goes to the boot there, does Serin. And knocked backwards by Stormers. And it runs into the hands of Gigashvili. Good tackle coming from low now. Very nice tackle. Gets nice and low. But Toulon all of a sudden on the front foot here. One more try to get a bonus point. So big opportunity for them. Laidlaw. So Ludlam is not backwards. And then the ball comes back to say that's silly again. And then you go and put your boot into the ruck and kick the ball to the side and bang. You take the 3 points and that's the game done. I'm amazed at how shit this has been. Ah, dearie me. Dearie, dearie me. And what an opportunity to try and grab the victory towards the end, and you go and absolutely throw it away. Right, it's gone on the front foot here. And they've actually lost it forward. So scrum here for Storms. They don't have the time. They've got 10 minutes now to try and close down a 10-point deficit. Yeah, I cannot believe that this capitulation. It's actually impressive. It's like they said, listen, how do you feel about the win? And Storm was like, lol, nah, you don't want that shit. Are you mad? Come on, come on, come on. It's blowing, yeah, it's continue blowing my mind how terrible this has been in the last 10 minutes from the Stormers. Absolute disaster. Well, penalty of the Stormers. So the big thing for them now is to try and get a losing bonus point. I mean, how's that for your best chance at the moment? To try and get a losing bonus point. And then, I mean, they should be playing for the victory here, really. And now they're playing to try and get a losing bonus point. It's mental. It is ridiculous. If I was a Stormers fan, I would be doing my absolute nut. Thankfully, I'm not, but I would be. The main thing for the Stormers as well is that you're not going to get a result, and you've lost Kiki Marabe. You've lost on pass. That's a late tackle. Yeah, it's a late tackle over there against Dan Duplessis. And Jean-Luc Duplessis. So they've lost two big players to injury now. Another two players to injury. At this stage, they're not going to get any points. The Eastern Cape Buggers just come support the Lions. It's the best thing you could do. Dear me. What are you saying, Stormers fans? What are you saying? As Sean Farrell says, this is a competition to see who gets the most cards. It's literally been that. It's been horrendous. Must be a line of that. Now Hershey Yankees goes to Johnny Duplessis. And then they knock it forward by Billy Engelbrecht. Now let's jump on it. Oh yeah, it was a knock on. Yeah, that's great, guys. That's great. Just call the game. And now there seems to be some off the ball stuff with Steven Hartzenberg. Who knows what's going on here? Just call the game, Mr. Riff. No one wants to be out there. No one wants to play. Everyone's packed up. Everyone's just mentally, they're already in the pub. Let's just call it there. No need to keep playing. It's just wasting everyone's time if we do. A bit of break and play, yeah. We've got literally 30 seconds to play, yeah, people. Let's just get this 30 seconds done and we can go hopefully watch a much better game between the Bulls and the Saracens. I mean, Simon Harsenberg's busy getting like flipping mint spray put into his mouth. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, well, as I said, let's hope that the next game is better because this has been ridiculous. Right, well, yeah, as I said, so we are going to move on to the Bulls game. That starts in... Keep looking at my watch, and I'm not wearing one. That starts in about 10 minutes' time, so we'll go live over there. A couple of Toulon fans over there are very chuffed with life. Some of the travelling fans and the hospitality. It's a good win for them, especially given the fact that they got down to down to 30 men towards the end, and then we can see a single point. But in the end, it's just so poor from the Stormers. And I don't know how John Dobson turns things around. Yeah, he's on a long-term contract. John Dobson, he actually got a promotion to director of rugby. And things have been absolute shit show since. So tough times to be in the Stormers camp. Very, very tough times. Penalty, knock-on advantage there from the Stormers. We have another scrum. Right, well, the clock turns red, people, so we're going to basically wrap it up there. Unless we score the try of the video, I think this will probably basically be the final score. And the Bulls game starts in 10 minutes, 7:30. Saracens versus Bulls. Let's hope for a much better game than what we've seen over here, which has been an absolute shit show, to be perfectly honest. That is the only way I can really describe it. So hopefully it's going to get infinitely better as we continue going. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there. Penalty here, quickly taken by Herschel Yankees. And John Lee Duplessis then loses it forward. And knock on. That's it. Yeah, no, I'm just closing up the stream. Absolute disaster.